So today I'm going to make a quick video about ISTJs and why I think that they are very underrated in terms of the funniest personality types and why I enjoy them so much. So the first thing about ISTJs that I like is that they do not care about the social niceties. And by that, I mean that I've had a lot of ISTJs in my life, friends, instructors, and so forth. And when you get to know them and they're comfortable with you, there doesn't have to be this like little game of small talk ever. And that is so great. And when I see an ISTJ friend of mine, I will go up to them and I always have a smile on my face because I'm excited to see them. I know this is going to be a funny interaction because it'll begin by me being like, hey man, how are you doing? And them not smiling at me, probably straight-faced, and just saying like, meh, fine. And then they will never ask me how I am, and that kind of makes me laugh a little bit, but it doesn't bother me at all. I just think it's funny. And I know that I can tell them how I am, and it's not that they don't care or don't want to know. It's just they don't play these games. I'm free to talk about my feelings and how I'm doing or not. And that's something that's so fantastic about them, because if you have had enough drama, you will never have that with an ISTJ. And you can go to them and be like, I kind of want to shut off the feeling world right now. I don't really want to think about like maybe something that is going on in the background or with other people that I'm going through. I just want to kind of be here and do or talk about this thing that we're both interested in. So that can be like cars or rock climbing or, the body, physical therapy, like whatever it is that you guys share. And they'll probably teach you some things. I find them to be awesome instructors and quite patient instructors as well. And I mean, they're excellent instructors for me, but that might be because I'm an ESTP, and of course their style and no type style is going to work for all of the personality types. Like an ISTJ probably wouldn't be a good instructor for an ISFJ or INFJ that have TE as their trickster function, because it's going to be the parent talking to the trickster. But for me, it's fantastic. And I know that my ISTP boyfriend, he's had a lot of ISTJ friends as well that he has introduced me to. And something that he's told me that he really enjoyed is like, there was never any kind of pressure with them. Like I could just like basically be myself, and it would be like, I could tell them like, oh, this is going on in my life. And it's kind of like, oh, sucks, man. And then it wouldn't have to be this big emotional thing, and they could go on and just do their thing that they're interested in and kind of get away from that for a while. So if you're looking to pour out your emotions, an ISTJ is not particularly the type that you should go to as like the counselor. But maybe if you want somebody who's like calm and collected and will look at it from a different perspective than you, then maybe an ISTJ could be a good person. But I enjoy them a lot. I enjoy the lack of FE that they have. And sometimes they will say things that are very heavy, like reveal something that's happened in their life, like a girlfriend cheating on them, or like a bad relationship that they have with a parent, maybe like even abuse. Like, I'm not saying that, but like maybe even that, they'll say something that the words, it's heavy, but they'll say it in a way that is so matter of fact. It's just the fact that this happened, and there will be no affect in the voice. It won't have an affect of pain or anything, and probably they've already processed this, or maybe they haven't, and that's why they're saying it aloud. But it's so matter of fact that it's almost like I don't really know how to respond to it except through like getting to know the person, because to the words my response is like, oh man, that's really difficult. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Like, oh wow, how are you doing? And usually they just brush it off, like it's not a big deal, like it's a fact, it's something that happened. And the way that they say a lot of the things that are heavy, it's so matter of fact that it's almost like, oh, are you making a joke about it, kind of in a funny tone. So I get like this little anxiety within me where it's like part of me wants to laugh and the other part is like, oh, but is that bad that I'm laughing right now? And I found that like with ISTJs, it's not that they don't have feelings and they can't hurt, but my response isn't going to hurt them. And that's what's so cool. I never have to be worried that I'm not going to respond to their emotions in the proper way, or I'm not going to act exactly how I should in any given scenario. I can just really be myself with them and they're going to be cool with it and maybe not even notice, or at least they're responding like they haven't even noticed. So it takes off a lot of the pressure of like any kind of social interaction. I would say there's no pressure there. It's so chill to hang out with ISTJs. And it's also very funny. I find ISTJs to be so funny. And that's because they have a very dry delivery of their jokes, kind of like the way they speak. So I've noticed that the way ISTJs speak, in terms of how they move their voice, you notice I move my voice much more than an ISTJ would. And it's not that it's monotone, it's not that it's flat, but it's like if this is the plane, their voice moves from like slightly higher to monotone down and ends at monotone when they are speaking. And that's how they deliver their jokes. So if you've ever watched the comedian Anthony Jeselnik, his delivery of jokes is quite ISTJ-like. And it's in a way where there's no affect to it, but the words that they're saying are so jarring. It's so like it's surprising that it makes you laugh. And that's a style of humor that I really enjoy. So they make me laugh a lot. And they'll look like they don't even know or mean to be saying a joke, but they do. And so it's such an awesome style of humor that is unappreciated by those who don't know an ISTJ. And another side of them that is sort of antithetical to that style of humor is that they are very playful and they love banter. They love to dish it out and they like to get it back. And in an environment where they're feeling really comfortable with people, they'll be doing that. And if you're coming in, they'll tell you like, oh yeah, that's my friend so-and-so. We're going to be talking shit to each other, like back and forth the whole time. And I think that makes them feel like they really belong and are comfortable in the space. So they like to be playful with that. They are also, I have found, they enjoy like some practical jokes. They like to scare you, surprise you. Like you walk in the house and they've got in a little air gun that shoots like I don't know, like a Nerf gun that shoots like some soft ball and they're hitting you with it, and to them that's something, I imagine ISTJs when they are getting ready to do something mischievous, because they enjoy being mischievous, they kind of get a little giggly. And it's different than their regular affect is very calm, cool, collected. But when they get excited about something is when they get a little giggly, and I think it's so cute and funny. So let me think, is there anything else? No. Okay, so that is my thoughts on ISTJs and trying to give them some love in this community. So if you are an ISTJ looking for love, or you are wanting to give love to an ISTJ, you should check out the TypeMatch app. It is an app based on MBTI and soon also the Big 5 personality assessment that is for finding relationships and friendships, available on iOS and Android. Links are below. And please support this channel by liking and subscribing. Thanks.